To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back. It's Nets Kingdom, man. So we just hit the Nets semifinal game. We just lost to the Cavaliers 102-99. It was a semifinal game. The Brooklyn Nets final record in Summer League is 3-2. And Kaylee, oh wow, the Cavs are 5-0. So we're just gonna break down this game real quick, a little bit about it. We're gonna talk about Jalen Wilson's future. Armani Brooks, we saw Armani Brooks go crazy tonight. What a game for Armani Brooks! And we're going to talk about DDJ, and then Raekwon Gray. So those are the guys. Those are the main guys I want to hit about today, because those are the guys that possibly can get two ways, and possibly we'll see in the Long Island Nets. Possibly, maybe, I don't know if they get cracked the rotation, but we'll see. And then we'll talk about Clowney too. Clowney being bad, going down bad tonight, getting benched. But yeah, so the first half, it was a good game. I mean, Clowney was he had a bad start. He was just getting abused on the boards. We had no answer for Mobley. Isaiah Mobley tonight was I didn't realize how good he was tonight until I saw it tonight. I was like, he has a well-developed game. Like, he has post moves, he can hit the three, he can turn and face and drive. Very, very nice. I think he's about 6'9". But he was just destroying us in the paint. But Jalen Wilson and DDJ, Armani Brooks in that first quarter did keep us in the game. I mean, DDJ was creating a lot of rim pressure, getting to the rim, dunking. And then, again, Armani Brooks was hitting threes like he usually does, the sniper Brooks. So we get to the halftime at 45-45. The Nets actually lost the first quarter, 26-21. We lost the second quarter. Oh no, we won the second quarter 24-19, and then it was tied 45-45 at the half. Third quarter came, and Cleveland just went on a huge run. We lost that quarter 28-17, and then the fourth quarter came, and that's when everything kind of went a little bit crazy. Hold on, let me read some comments real quick. What's good, people? Hernandez was good. Elvin was good. BTB was good. Worley was good. Yeah, Brooks, J. Will, and Derek have to be on the two. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, Derek got a spot. Derek got a spot already. He's a guaranteed. But yeah, Brooks and J. Will, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, so the fourth quarter, man, I mean, it's tough because there were points in this game where it's like I felt like we were going to lose. I was like, oh my God, we're losing. We have no one. The inside presence it was a combination of Nance and Mobley. In the fourth quarter, it was just they were just killing us on the boards. I mean, Imani Bates was great tonight. We talked about Imani Bates during the draft. He's a microwave scorer. Surprisingly, his shot selection has gotten better. You know, I feel like he's more comfortable now and kind of waits for his timing, like kind of shoots in the flow of the game. Because the first game we played, he was just, you remember that? The first game?
He was a straight shooter that first game. He did not. He was like, yo, I'm shooting these.
Was chucking like, I was like, why are you chucking like this? Like, he was just throwing half-court crazy shots. But tonight, I felt like he had a great night. Hold on, let me check his stats. He had a great night tonight. How much he had? 15? I'm going to go to box score. Sorry.
I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, good deal. Good deal.
Yeah. Imani had 20 points tonight, 8 for 13, 4 for 5 from 3. Mobley, 23 points, 1 for 3 from 3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just the Cleveland Cavaliers at all. It's probably why they're 5-0. I think it's just a combination of their inside presence with Mobley and Nance off the bench, and then they have this shooter off the shooting guard, Sam Merrill, 19 points. He's a sniper. And Porter was pretty good. So the combination, and then Imani, of course, like the combination of the inside out, I think that's why Cleveland is 5-0 right now.
They have the best ranked offense in the summer league. Like they're the number one offense in summer league. So I wasn't too surprised he got done up like that. But that's it's a good mixture. They have a good ass offense.
Yeah. So going back to
always amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, it's great in the summer league because you really see who knows how to draft and who doesn't.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You see what they're like, what they're actually looking for to build towards, where that said player is going to become beneficial at some point for that team. And it's like outside of Jalen and Armani Brooks was a big surprise this summer. I mean, it's kind of like, I get it, right? Like, you're getting Clowney, yeah, he's a project, like, but I don't know. It just, is that the excuse? Is that the reason why they drafted who they did? Is, oh, well, it's just, we're not rebuilding, but we're rebuilding. So we're just going to get guys that need a lot of work before they can actually step on the court. Besides, Jalen's the only one that is, to me, is really, obviously, is going to be the only one that has the potential to see minutes. Obviously, towards the lower end of the bench, but
yeah. And there's a great point you made. Like I said, Clowney, he got benched. Halftime, it was Raekwon Gray. I mean, this is probably Raekwon Gray's best game tonight. He was really good tonight, and we benched Clowney ASAP. I mean, I said it was a good move. I saw people on Twitter saying, "Oh, you're hurting his development, his confidence." I'm like, no, he made the right move because we wanted to win this game and go to the final. And Clowney's gonna have all year to develop with the Long Island Nets and with come up and back and forth with the Nets on practice. So it's like he's gonna have time. So at this moment,
being so young, it's not his first time he's gonna be benched either.
Exactly. He's gonna have time to, Go ahead.
And what's funny is like, like some of us have been screaming about rebounding, whether it's like a stretch 4, stretch 5, or whatever. And people, on Twitter especially, like, oh, Clowney's we just drafted Clowney. It's like, listen, dude, like you could see the kid's skills, but like he's 18 and he needs a ton of work, right? Yeah. Like, you can't be saying like he is the answer to our rebounding. This season, like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not even going to say the kid's trash, right? Because I hate when people do that with NBA players. It's like, at the end of the day, they made it in the NBA and they'd ball out and kill 95% of the people that are not in the NBA. And the kid's young. He needs a lot of work, a lot of training, a lot of building. Like, he's just not there. And you could clearly see that even in the upper echelon of like the summer league and the teams that are looking to try to win it all, like, he's just not there yet. And that's okay. But like, don't try to make him the mark as he's the answer to our rebounding. Like, and I saw that from some of these reporters where it's like, really, bro? Like, how much water are you carrying? Like, that's not the answer.
Especially Nets Daily. I was surprised. Like, Nets Daily was champion Clowney so much. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Because we were talking about rebounding. He's like, we drafted Noah Clowney. I'm like, are you blind, bro? Like, he's like,
it's so hilarious.
We're not saying he's trash, but that's not the answer, bro.
Yeah, he's like, Noah Clowney is our rebounding. He's like, he's our rebounding. I'm like, what? Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
But the thing with the Clowney pick, that really, I feel like the Clowney pick kind of defines how we were just going into the offseason of what the fuck are we going to do? Or like, what is our sense of direction? Because going into the offseason, it's been advertised this is a retool going forward. We're not going to rebuild. We're just going to get moderately middle age, mid-20s to very young players, and we're going to wait to get a star in trade. Okay, so now you have a draft where you had 2 picks. You're not going to get that again moving forward. So why the fuck would you take a project like Clowney over guys that look NBA ready like Jalen Wilson? Or matter of fact, get NBA ready guys like old boy that got picked by the Heat. I can't even think of his name.
Jamie Jacquez.
Him.
Yeah.
So you pick a project. The other pick is literally he fell. So I guess I'm not going to fault you for that. But it's like, I have a bad feeling this is really just a rebuild, just masquerading as a retool. They just don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're gonna tell me Noah Clowney makes sense when quite literally your best center is a free agent in the offseason. There's a good chance you lose him.
You made a great point right there, bro.
Who are you gonna sign?
You're cooking.
That's where the Clowney pick gets even more head scratching, is because he's not gonna be ready when Nick Claxton leaves, which is like next year around this time.
Yeah,
potentially. I'm a potentially.
Yeah.
Now,
pray to God Nick don't leave, but if he does, we're cooked.
Like, I
we
don't
drafted
think
Clowney. You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, and some of y'all are saying, "Yo, let's get Tyler Hero." You're pretty much axing off any chance of re-signing Nick Claxton. So now it's like you put this unneeded pressure on Clowney to really develop when bro is 18 and he doesn't understand he's a center. Like, I don't think that people are understanding. He doesn't understand he's a center. He's sitting on the 3-point line most of the time. He's not using his height. Like, he's damn near 3 years away from being 3 years away. Yeah. It's like bro needs development to go into development. So I hope he develops well, but the more you look into it, that pick just doesn't make sense. Other than he'll be good. He'll be good.
I mean, does he have the intangibles, Chubbs, that you want? Like a guy a big that could potentially stretch the floor, eventually have a decent inside game. Like, it's there. It's there. It's just buried right now.
It's there, but he has to develop a lot. And it's not like exactly. It's not like, okay, he just needs a month to build muscle. No, he needs to learn fundamentals in the NBA level. He kind of needs to understand his size, how to move, pick his spots. You also, like, it's a lot. That is.
You don't understand. It takes time. Like, it's not just like 2 months and he's going to be ready. He's going to have to go through years of, like I said, it even took Claxton to get where Claxton is right now. It took him 3 or 4, and Noah's probably a little bit less talented than Claxton. I mean, the jump shot is nice. But everything else, Claxton was and Claxton was better at.
Even Claxton, when he first came in, you were like, "Oh yeah, this guy needs a lot of work." Like, I see the potential, but you knew dude needed a lot of work.
It took Claxton 3 years, and I want to go back to. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Mike Zeri. He said Jalen Wilson is ready for minutes. Yes, man. I mean, I hope. I was talking. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get to that later. But he looks NBA ready, but. We have so many wings on this team. I don't know. Like, he might have to be in the G League for a little bit. Shout out to Cypher. What's good, bro? Yeah, going back to Chubb's point, I mean, Nick Claxton's in 2024, unrestricted free agent. You drafted Noah Clowney, who's a project, might take 2-3 years to be actually in the rotation. If you lose Claxton, that, to me, that wasn't the right pick. I mean, we saw already now made guys. We saw Leonard Miller was there. There was another guy who slipped my mind who was out there too. But you've seen guys who are a little bit more. The reason why I was so heartbroken with the Leonard Miller situation, because although Leonard Miller is 19, 20, he was playing against grown men in the G League Ignite. Grown men in the G League Ignite. Had one of the best stats in the G League Ignite. And Noah was only a freshman at Alabama, and he got limited minutes, 20 minutes, and his stats were not that good. So it's like you choosing the 18-year-old who just got to Alabama and finding his way, although he was all right. He was a role player on that team. Brandon Miller was a star on that team. Over the Leonard Miller who took the professional route, 19, developed more skilled, more experienced, more well-rounded game. You took Noah over that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what kind of heartbroke me. I'm like, why did he do that?
But didn't Clowney even say, like, I was in the shadows, so I really couldn't show out?
Yeah, like, he was. Like, that's why I was. I had Noah Clowney on my list. Don't get me wrong. I had him on my list, but he was on the bottom of it if guys weren't above him, weren't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a little bit of a humble pie for him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully this really motivates him, the fact that he wasn't in there. Because, like, his size would have been great to have if he was somewhat serviceable and not just getting picked apart. So hopefully he sees that and it motivates him.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he does well. Like, I don't want him to be like.
Oh yeah, we're all rooting for him. We're all rooting for him.
I hope he does well, but it's like, you look at what the front office says they're gonna do, and you see the pick and where he really is, it just makes it more head scratching, especially when his position is at a need in this team moving forward. And not for nothing, your backup center that you keep saying is you'll have no problem with him being a backup center is not ready either.
Yeah,
like it's a situation.
Yeah, if you're joining us right now, we're recapping the Nets just lost in the semifinals, Summer League Vegas overtime, 102-99. Shout out to the chat. I'm gonna read a couple of comments. Shout out to Saif. Hold on, Saif, I got you. Nets didn't even want to develop a player who was breaking Hall of Fame records, and they want to develop Clowney. Okay, good point. I wanted the Nets to pick up Jake Stevens as an unrestricted free agent, as a player who I saw people compare him to Brook Lopez. Shout out to Cypher and Alvarez. Shout out to BTB, 2 years for Noah. Yeah, I was thinking that 2 years, like I said, he needs time to build muscle. He needs time to just find his role because he's going to be like a mixture of a power forward center. I know this is the NBA. This is a modern NBA. It's going to be a lot of – he needs a post game too. He needs a post game. He needs another way to score besides just spotting up and shoot. The spotting up and shoot should be the cherry on the cupcake. You know what I'm saying? That should be the cherry on top, the way he can shoot, because his form is amazing and he can shoot threes. That should be the cherry. But you need the foundation. You need the post moves, the in-between games, the floaters, the sky hooks, back down, drop step, those kind of moves, middies. You need that in your game in this NBA. You know what I'm saying? He can't just screen, pop out, shoot a three, because he's not even that efficient at threes right now. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's not a sharpshooter. He's not doing Armani Brooks 45% from three. He's not Armani Sniper Brooks from three. So it's like, you get me? Shout out to T Rexy. What's good, bro? He says Summer League grades: Raekwon Gray D+, Jalen Wilson A, David Duke C+, Noah Clowney F, Armani Brooks, Armani Brooks B-, and Kenny Chandler C, Matt Lewis B-. Those are decent grades.
You know what's funny? When I was watching earlier, because I'm driving and I have it set up in my truck so I could watch it. And the fact that Noah wasn't in there, like, no lie, like, shout out to you, T-Rex. I literally heard in my head, T-Rex, that dude's trash. Like I literally had the voice of T-Rex. Yeah, I literally had the voice of T-Rex in my head saying, man, he's trash, man. Fuck Sean Marks. Like, that's what I heard.
Oh, man.
Shout out to T-Rexy. We get back to the fourth quarter, right? And this is where I think the Nets were down bad, but it's 87-83. Jalen Wilson makes a free throw. Matt Lewis, shout out to Matt Lewis. He had a great game tonight, hits a three, and it's 87-89. And then we get the Armani Brooks. I clipped it over here. The Armani Brooks two clutch threes tonight. Like, it's just amazing. We got to talk about Armani tonight, bro, because we are assuming that Sean Marks is not dumb and he's watching him, that he's going to sign Armani to the third two-way. Right now, you guys know it's Raekwon Gray, Jalen Wilson, and now we have that third two-way. So talk about a little bit about Armani Brooks. He was 5 for 9 from three, 22 points, 8 for 15 from the field in 35 minutes.
Do you think Raekwon Gray, though? Do you think Raekwon is safe at the two-way, though?
Yeah. I think they're not going to take that away from him. Even though he had a bad summer league, I just think they're not going to he put a lot of work in over the years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Jay said this in the other spaces. He did everything that they want. He was the yes guy. Like, he was doing everything they wanted him to do. He would work out with the coaches. He was doing the dirty work in the G League. Like, they're going to give him a year's chance, I think. I think they're just not going to take that away from him. Although it was a bad summer league, and, you know, it is what it is at this point. But Armani, talk about Armani, man.
I came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was at first. I was like, who's this Armani Brooks kid? But I think he was from what I understand, I think he was on the Rockets, and then they dropped him. I got Cypher, look up Armani. What's Armani Brooks' story? Let us know, Cypher, because Cypher got all the inside info. But yeah, when he first got on the team, I was like, this boy can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But I was just trying to figure out why did the Rockets drop him? He's only 25, so he's still young. Yeah.
there's never really a reason why some of these guys drop. Like the NBA, some of y'all are underrating how fucking talented the NBA is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really just sometimes it's about biting the bullet on picking out of two players that both are really fucking good. So that's probably what happened with Armani Brooks. Like I don't know how the hell he went unnoticed like that. Like, dude, it's very clear like he should be somewhere else outside of being a fucking what? He was undrafted or like, he got dropped from the Rockets. Like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hoops have reported that like he multiple EuroLeague teams, because like I said, in Vegas, it's not just GMs watching. It's like all around the world. Like they have international guys there, they have European ball there, China ball. Everybody's watching a G League, not G League, Summer League, and he has Euro teams interested in him also. So I was gonna say, so with Armani, it's like, bro, he's a 6'3" guard, right? And he's a sniper. We know he's a sniper, but we signed him as a two-way. It's like, are we really gonna see any Armani Brooks? Like, let's be realistic. Are we really gonna see Armani crack the rotation or possibly be called up? You know how two-way works. You get called up some games, you get sent down, you get called up, you get sent. Were we gonna see him called up?
Yeah, you never know. Guys might rest games, knock on wood, potential injuries, something.
Nah,
like that.
dude.
It's always
There's
good to
no
have
way.
someone like that in the wings, though. Like you need a guy like that in the wings.
Yeah.
But he's a 6'3" guy we don't need. And I mean, and if everybody does stay, I just like, yeah, he's having a great summer league, not taking that away from him. He's great for the G League, but like, if we're being honest, like, you look at what we have, as long as nobody's getting like, as long as we don't go through like some crazy thing where 3-4 people are injured, he would be okay, like Chubb said. But like me personally, like I would hope Sean Marks would look around and potentially look for a big that, you know, obviously he's not.
We still missing that big right now,
like,
bro. Yeah, we're still missing
like
a big.
I would just like me personally, that last two-way, I would love like when the summer league ends for my GM to look around and say, okay, that big didn't get picked up, that point guard didn't get a two-way, like none of these guys, and they have some promise, that's where I would love to see my two-ways go. I'm just tired of seeing two-ways go to guys that.
I want a guy like Mobley. I'm not gonna lie. If I know the Cavs probably not gonna let him go, but if the Cavs do, we're like, I would sign. I would offer Mobley a two-way ASAP.
Okay, and that's exactly. I mean, they're not going to, but like that's exactly like that's funny you say that because I was watching him, and at first I didn't realize it was his brother, and I'm like, what the fuck is Mobley doing in the summer league? And then I was like, oh shit, like it's his brother, and I'm like. And that was my exact thought. Like, dude, if for some reason this guy doesn't get offered a two-way, which I find that's impossible, like that's the kind of guy you need to go throw your two-way at. Not like another 6'3" guard. Yeah, he can shoot. That's great. But like, let's be honest, dude. Brooks is not making this team, in my opinion. That's my
I agree with you. I agree with you, brother. I'm with you.
It's a good point you made,
Yeah.
scour the
yeah. Before I get to this is why I love you, Saif. Thank you, Saif. He gave us the breakdown on Armani. Okay, he had a good rookie year with the Rockets, but his play fell down a cliff in 2020-21. He shot 38% from three. In 2021-22, he shot 29% from three. And at 6'3", he can't defend or pass well. Yep. I'm not gonna lie, those are his flaws. You broke it down, and he was streaky in the league. Yeah. So the 3-point looked good in summer league, but he has his struggles. Like I said, he shot 29 in 21, 22, and then he can't really defend or pass well. Yeah, he only specializes in shooting. That's his thing. Yeah. Shout out to T-Rexy. He plays great, but he needs to work on his defense. He keeps losing Sam Murray. Yeah, Sam Murray was cooking him. So this is what Saint was saying. Do you throw your two-way at Armani Brooks, or do you throw your two-way at somebody that we actually could use, a big man that could rebound, at a Mobley type kind of big, or somebody in the summer league who's killing at the
exactly. That's why I like you, Rex. That's. I mean, who knows? There may not be a big that's available on a two-way, or one that like obviously needs more work, but it's like You're telling me there's a guy out there that may not be the greatest, but like you see the promise. Like that to me is more of a thing to take a chance on. A point guard or a big that you know that you have no problem with just leaving in the G League. Because like quite honestly, we're not in a rush, especially if we make a trade and say Hero does come and maybe somebody else. Like we're gonna be okay roster wise. Like there's no rush to bring up Clowney. There's no rush to bring up Whitehead. There's no rush to bring up any of these two ways. Like, so let them cook up in the G League, you know, obviously barring injuries, but like, that's the route you got to go. Like, that's what I want to see from Sean Marks. It just felt like, and that's what we talked about in the last spaces also with Jay, where it was just like, you're throwing two ways at like Drew Smith. And like you're telling me like
random guys.
Like, yeah, like you're telling me there wasn't dudes with promise out there last season that didn't have a two-way, and you were like, no, let's bring up Drew Smith. Like, come on, like, that's where I hope I need to see some intelligence, and who knows, maybe this coaching staff makes an impression. Who's coaching the G League, by the way? Didn't they announce
Trevor? Oh no, they didn't announce it. But I think, well, Trevor Hendry's an assistant coach right now, so they didn't. I don't think they announced it yet. They didn't announce it.
No, I thought I saw something that showed that he's going to. And
you think Trevor Hendry's going to get the G League job too?
I'm not sure, but I thought, or maybe I was thinking summer league. Maybe
you're probably thinking summer, yeah. Because Trevor Hendry's is the video guy that they made a coach. So they gave him the G League job. I meant not the G League job, the summer league job, and then now we'll see if he's going to be a G League because he was assistant coach. He's supposed to be an assistant coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we'll see what they do.
It'll be interesting to see who does the G League. That'll be telling.
Yeah. Shout out if you're watching us right now, please hit that like button for us. Smash that like button. We're reacting to the Cavs 102 just beat us 102-99. Summer League semifinal. Let me shout out to Mike Zeri. He said, "What do you guys think of the Baisley signing?" Yeah, we talked about this on Spaces. So make sure you follow us on Twitter and go down on our Twitter. We got our Twitter Spaces. I thought it was a decent signing. Like I said, I'm still would probably want. I still kind of want Christian Wood, but Baisley is another wing, and like I said, that tweet we talked about this. That tweet by Katie, it's a wings league during the draft last year. That just changed Sean Marks' life because ever since that tweet, he's been signing non-stop wings. We have a team full of wings. We're the Brooklyn Wings. If you want wings, come to us because we have every single wing. You know what I'm saying? And there is Baisley. I'm not saying it's a bad signing. I think it's a decent signing. He's young. He's 23, 6'9". I was watching more film of him earlier today. He does have a nice hand, a nice handle. His 3-point shooting is streaky. He's not really a great shooter, but he's athletic. And I kind of compared him more to Yuta. He's like a poor man's Yuta and type like he's worse shooting than Yuta, but the other skills, I think he has a more athletic pace than Yuta. He's way more athletic than Yuta. I think his handle is probably decent. He can self-create for himself a little bit better than Yuta, but the shooting is where Yuta just gets him. The shooting and a little bit of the defense is where Yuta has the upper on him. He's like a poor man's Yuta to me. A lot of off-ball stuff. I don't really want the ball in his hands. You know, I want him to. He needs to be set up to me. I mean, he can self-create, but I think he needs to be set up. But he's one of them top players. You give him the ball on the wing, he'll drive and he'll just dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type. He's athletic like that. He got crazy bounce. Yeah, but that's my thoughts on Baisley. Nets should sign Trendon Watford. Yeah, that's another name I like. Trendon Watford's out there. Christian Wood, Trendon Watford. Those are the two kind of guys I'm eyeing right now. But like I said, I don't know what's going on with this Damian Lillard trade and the hero stuff. I really don't. It's like I have the construction of this roster that Sean Marks is doing right now. It's like it's so confusing. Like he's just signing the most random. It's like the guys you think you would address. Like we need a point guard and we need a big man. Even Iron Eagle The man who is the voice of the Nets said we need a point guard and another big. And Sean Marks still hasn't addressed that. I mean, we know we got Dennis Smith Jr. He's the backup point guard, but what are you going to do with Spencer? Is Spencer going to be the starting point guard this year? And then is Nick Claxton going to be our only big? I know we have Day'Ron Sharpe, but I'm not going to try to bank on Day'Ron Sharpe. Clowney is in the G League. He shouldn't even see the rotation until who knows when. Derek is recovering from surgery. We don't know when he'll probably be back later in the year. So it's like, you're going to go with a point guard. We need a point guard, and we need a backup big. A legit point guard. A guy that can dribble and facilitate at a real level. That's what we need. And then we need a big man because, God forbid, Nick Claxton gets hurt. God forbid. Chris, knocked on wood. Like, we are cooked. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to be like the negative, but let's be realistic. Yeah. If you look at our summer league roster, it's all guards and forwards. They have no intention of getting a big man. If they genuinely wanted a center would have been in that roster.
Yeah,
they're all guards and forwards. It just.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Saif. Nets can offer up to $11 million this year and still be under the tax. Thank you. So we still have money to. We have plenty of spending money. We have plenty of TPEs. Plenty of we still have the MLE you can break apart. Plenty of spending money. It's up to Sean Marks and Joe Tsai to go out there and find a guy that's going to help this team address the needs we have. These guys are great that we're signing. Alani, DSJ, Baisley. Okay, they're cool. They're going to make the team athletic, exciting, fun. You know, they're going to make that team. Yeah, they're going to do that. But are they going to address the needs that we need? Like, are they going to address that? You know? That's all I want.
I don't know if I can take Sean Marks saying I have no problem with Day'Ron Sharpe being a backup center again. That's just unacceptable, and that's malpractice. That's literally malpractice.
We did that last year. I remember last year, I'm like, bro, I'm not comfortable going into the season with Claxton and Day'Ron as our two centers. And look what happened. Day'Ron got benched immediately, and Claxton was left by himself to do all the rebound, to do everything. Guard the best big men. Everything. He had to do everything. And that's not fair to Clax. I know he's young, but goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
It's like goddamn.
Goddamn. There's other, you know what I'm saying? At least give this man other team. I'm looking at other teams with the center depth. Look at the Sixers. They have an MVP center in Joel Embiid, and they have Paul Reed and Mo Bamba behind him.
Yep.
Like, come on, fam. Paul Reed and Mo Bamba are behind Joel Embiid, and he's the best center in the league. So he even needs help. You know what I'm saying? Jokic, he had Thomas Bryant and DeAndre Jordan behind him, and he's the best center in the league. So why should Clax, at his third year, just becoming a breakout center, have no help and be on the island by himself? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
The more you try to find out, the more you lose your mind. So
So like, what is Sean Marks doing, bro?
Certain shit is just like, all right,
bro. It's crazy, Joe. It's really crazy. I want to get to Jalen Wilson. Then we're gonna get to Jalen Wilson, and then DDJ. Then we'll probably get out of here. Let me read some comments. Shout out to Mello. He said JaVale has experience. Yeah, JaVale's another guy on the market. I like JaVale McGee. I would take JaVale McGee. He was just working out with Claxton a couple weeks ago. I would take JaVale McGee. Shout out to Marcus Moore. He said, just a Timberwolves fan showing love. Yo, shout out to you, bro. Yo, Marcus Moore, man. You're so lucky for Leonard Miller, bro. I wanted Leonard Miller.
Leonard Miller. Y'all lucky y'all locked up a guy like Anthony Edwards.
Oh, yeah. Like, AE. Fun fact.
I would kill for a guy like Edwards on this team.
I love Anthony Edwards, man. Yo, for a fun fact, Marcus, go on Anthony Edwards' Instagram. Look at who he's following. He's following us. Even though he just signed a Supermax with y'all, he's following us. He doesn't follow the Wolves. He follows the Nets. I don't know why he does, but he does. Yo, shout out to Marcus Moore, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, Wolves have Gobert. Cat. Yeah, like even the Wolves, look at their center depth. Wolves have Gobert, Cat, Reed, and now Leonard Miller. So it's like, Sean Marks, you're talking about Nick Claxton putting Day'Ron and Noah Clowney, who's a project behind him? What are we doing here? What are we doing? You feel me? It's just
what's his thought process? Like, he's going down. He's like, all right, look, we got got a shitload of guards. We got a shitload of wings, thanks to KD. We got 2 big men. Yeah, we're good. Fuck it, let's go. Like,
Yo, your Sean Marks impression is so good, yo.
That's
he's
good.
like,
Oh my god.
yeah, Clarks and Dayron, oh, they're poised for breakout year. Like, come on. Like, that's all you need. They're going to run everybody into the ground. Everybody's tired. And when one of our guards wings gets tired, I have another one. And I'll put him in.
Yo,
Sorry.
yo, see, your Sean Marks impression is so good, yo. I really thought I was like, yo, am I on the phone with Sean Marks?
It's so on
Hey,
point.
you saw
Yo, the
what
chat,
happened.
the chat is bigging up your accent, bro. The chat is bigging up your accent.
I couldn't see that. I mean, you saw my Avi, right? You see who I put on my to join the. I was working on it.
Yo, somebody said, how did they get Sean Marks in the stream? Oh man, yeah. So Jalen Wilson, man. Oh man, you gotta love this kid, bro. Shout out to Jalen Wilson tonight. 22 points, 2 for 6 from 3, 4 for 13 from the field, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He's just like, how could you not love Jalen Wilson? He's just one of those guys that's gonna do everything. He's a Swiss Army knife. Plays with so much like just heart, you know. And shout out to JJ Redick because he put out a great point out there about guys that actually play 4 years of college are looked down upon now. Because before the NBA, like back in the day, you have to play at least 2-3 years of college. But now it's all about straight out of high school. Who's the best 19-year-old? Who's the best 18? Now you go into school, you go like NCAA is gonna be dead soon because there's too many leagues now. There's a G League Ignite, there's NLI, there's so many leagues right after high school. It's like guys are not gonna go to college if they're gonna get paid. So it's like Jalen Wilson did his due at Kansas, and he was great at Kansas. I think he was like Naismith Player of the Year, whatever. The thing going into Summer League that I was worried about Jalen Wilson was his shooting. And because I think he was like a 32% shooter from 3. But everything else I love. Like I said, the crazy part is he shot really well from 3. I know somebody tweeted out his stats for 3 from Summer League, but it was great. He gets to the rim, he rebounds. He's about 6'7", 6'8". He hustles, dives on the floor for loose ball. Everything you want from like a guy that's gonna do all the dirty work, he does. And then he can score at the same time. And I think he just plays within the game. That's the basic thing about Jalen Wilson. Like you'll never see a possession where Jalen Wilson's like, give me the ball. I'm a dribble like 6 times and do some crazy. No, he's like patient, kind of like how Jimmy Butler plays. He looks within the offense and then he picks his spot like when he wants to score. That's how Jalen Wilson is, and I love that about him. I don't know if he's gonna get minutes. I know people are very high on him and that, but we have so many. We just signed a 6'9". We just signed Baisley. So our whole team is full of wings, and then you're asking Jalen Wilson to hop in there and get rotation minutes with the team full of wings. So he has to go down the list of all the wings we have. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, NCAA has NIL. Yeah. Okay, they have NIL. Yeah. Shout out to Bills. Yeah, like I said, I think the NCAA is going to be, I don't know. It's not going to be as big as it was back in the day because I think all these kids are going to want to go to G League Ignite
but that's why they moved for some of these kids to be able to make money while in college.
Yeah.
Like at some point, like you're going to have to get with the times a little bit, and that's another incentive for maybe somebody to stay in college, knowing, oh, okay, hey, I can make some money and take care of my family. Because let's be honest too, that's what a large part of this too is. A lot of young kids are coming from areas where they don't have a ton of money, and it's like, and they want to take care of their family, and I don't blame them. So they can get an education and they can still make some money. To me, that's the smart move to do. But yeah, it'll. Let
me ask you guys real quick.
I would
with Jalen Wilson. Let me ask you real quick. What do you think like his future holds like with the Nets right now? Like rotation, or you think he's just going to be in the G League and sometimes come up and be on the bench with the guys? Like, what do you guys think about him?
unfortunately,
Jeff, you
he's
wanna
going
go,
to
or
be.
you?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to bounce back and forth, but he's a guy that should be in the rotation. Unfortunately, he's playing behind guys like Royce, DFS, CJ, Baisley,
CJ.
all of our wings. But yeah, he's definitely he should crack the rotation if it weren't for all the wings we have. But I think he's just going to be a G League warrior for now.
Yeah, and then let's be honest, if he's sitting on the bench, he's probably coming in garbage minutes.
Yeah.
If everything is on point, we make a trade, say we do add whatever. Like, I just think at some point, like, he'll get some run, but I don't think he's going to be a guy that speaks right off the bat, unless you never know with this coaching staff. But I find it hard to believe with all who we have right now that he would be put in front of, like, try to think of anybody on the roster that he would be put in front of.
Yeah.
As far as guard and wing way, like, is there anybody that he would be put in front of?
No, I don't think so. Well,
You
we'll see
know,
how
and
Baisley does, but
especially-
yeah.
Yeah, well, but and let's also look at, like, you know, Cam Thomas is the big what if as well, right? Like, if he's on this thing, like, you think he's getting minutes over Cam Thomas if they even give it to him? It's hard to say.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? I'm def clipping that Sean Mark. I'm gonna post that on Twitter later too. That Sean Mark's accent, bro. Oh, that's perfect. You killed it, bro. Yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, we got a lot of things in store for now. I know summer league is over for us, but we'll see what the Nets do. We still see if we can get Hero. We'll see if that's still in play. I mean, I know there's been a lot of Instagram watching on Twitter, like, oh, Spence unfollowed Ben. Tyler.
Yeah, we definitely hit the two board. We're like people in the board.
Tyler Hero followed Ben and Dia. No, you know what? The DFS, him following Dorian, kind of like surprised me. I was like,
okay, yeah, that's like okay, that's a little bit.
Yeah,
odd,
I understand Ben because he was just working out with him, but like,
yeah,
why'd you follow Dorian? That kind of was like,
I'm saying like, what?
You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, people be bored. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not reading
like,
too much.
And then they see Cam. I don't think Cam was ever following them. I mean, I don't know if he ever followed the Nets. Like, he don't like the way we do Cam. You think he's gonna follow the Nets? Would you follow the Nets if they were doing it like they were doing Cam?
If even on social media like that,
he's not.
He barely posts.
Like I said, Anthony Edwards doesn't even follow his own team either. So it's like you can't really look into things like too hard like that. You can't just be like,
Are you buying into all the Instagram shit that people were posting on Twitter today?
Nah, I'm not. The only thing I did, like, my thing went up was when Tyler Hero followed Dorian Finney. I was like, that was kind of weird though. I was like, I understood the Ben thing, but I was like, why would he follow Dorian Finney-Smith? But that was like, yeah. But then I was like, you know what? It's just probably me just whatever. I wasn't like the whole NBA Twitter who was like, the whole NBA Twitter was like, oh my God. But it did kind of shock me about the Dorian thing. I'm not gonna lie. But
BTB, yeah, no one would really be opposed to Hero, but it's like,
oh yeah,
it's not like we're watching every inch to make sure he comes here. It's kind of like if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, I'm not really like, we needed Hero. No.
Yeah, shout out to Ramon. He said, glad I'm gonna clip the show. Yeah, I'm gonna clip it because I know you guys missed it. I'm gonna clip it. Shout out to BTB. Yeah. Nah, like I said, Hero, we want, like, we would love Hero on the team, but it's just like, what are we giving up for Hero? If you're telling me I'm giving up 1 first and Spencer, bring on. Sign me up. Sign me up.
I mean, like they can have the Phoenix pick. They can have the Phoenix pick.
They got 2025 Phoenix pick. You could take Spencer. He's expiring. We good. We'll take Hero. I'll have Hero. Somebody said, who did he allegedly he unfollowed Ben Simmons. Allegedly. That's what people are saying. So take that as what you wish. But appreciate you guys, man. Like, make sure you hit that like button for us. We'll see what happens. We'll be back when any news comes down the pipeline. I think we still have 1 spot open. We released Sumner. Shout out to Edmund Sumner. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, brothers. See what happens. Let me read one more last.
Are you gonna cut my Sean Marks impression? Put it on Twitter.
Yeah. Eventually, I will. Yeah. I was gonna be. I'm gonna
No,
type it up like we had Sean Marks enter the stream. You know, like bad views. People are gonna be like, "Oh my God, Sean Marks."
no, I mean, listen, dude. It'll be interesting. Okay, I'll say this. I know it's most likely not going to happen this way, right? Like, I think we have competition for Tyler Hero if that's still a reality.
Yeah, we do. I think
but
I think the Spurs are out of the Tyler Hero race because what they just did. But I think the Jazz are. It's us and the Jazz, and I think Toronto slightly, but I don't see Toronto going for him like that. But I think it's more us and the Jazz.
Do y'all see the
Now,
Spurs taking themselves? What's Payne's contract like?
He's like 2 years. Let me look that up. I think he's got $6.5 million. That's what he's getting paid. I think.
Even they could still trade for Hero. If anything, they can use Payne as trade bait.
Oh yeah, the Spurs. Yeah, I'm not saying they're out of it, but it's like their roster is like full. I mean, it depends. If they really want him, they could get him. They have the assets. They have the players. But I just feel like the Jazz is the more. It makes more sense for the Jazz to do it. For me, I don't know.
No.
I mean, if Sean Marks can pull off a Hero trade and somehow magically get a big as well, I'll leave him alone for the season. Like, I really will. Like, if you can pull that off, I'll leave you alone.
If you can get the Hero.
But well, I mean, it's not so much as Hero. It's like, obviously, I would love another big, and if they somehow manage to do that in the multi-team trade where they give up Cam Thomas, I know Cypher doesn't want to hear that, but I have a feeling Cam Thomas might be on the move. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. If they do move off of that and are able to get, like, say, Hero and find another big, like, I'll be okay. Like, I won't, like, I didn't have much expectations for this offseason anyways. I was never one of those people that felt like the Dame thing was really the move, because most people that wanted Dame just wanted Dame so we weren't mid next season. Like, they really didn't factor in the high contract of the last 2 years, age. Like, are we really going to have a championship? Like, are we really going to sink all our assets in on Dame and maybe get another person, which we all agreed you would need to acquire to be a contender? Because I don't think just Dame alone gets you that. So I didn't have a lot of expectations. So if he does happen to pull off, like, Hero, maybe another decent big, whether it's a 4 or a 5, I'll leave him alone. You know, I'll give him a little pass on the drafting, but at the same time, it's like you finally moved off of a bunch of shitty contracts and players that weren't really helping us. And then on top of that, you did get younger and more athletic. So I can't completely shit on him just yet.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Cypher.
coming.
Cypher said, I think you're right, Saint. I don't want it to happen, but I expect it to, about Cam Thomas being traded.
I mean, because I saw, and I'll talk to Cypher, because I saw Cypher talking with somebody in Twitter earlier about, like, Cam and Hero. And it's like, where I agree with Cypher about Cam is like there's ridiculous potential there scoring-wise. And if Cam really solidifies the rest of his game, like, he's going to be a bit of a force to be reckoned with. Like, I'm not going superstar status, which I don't think he has that. I don't know. I just never saw him that. Like, could he be a very good scoring star? Yeah, I'll give him that. But at the moment, Tyler Hero to me is an all-around better player. Keeping Cam Thomas and just letting him cook. If we were going for that rebuild, like the full rebuild, like, you keep Cam Thomas all day. But if you're trying to say somewhat, like, competitive, and then you're just waiting for that right superstar to become available, I think it's the right move to be able to get somebody like Hero. And I don't know if that means you got to move off Cam, but if you did, I feel better about that move than right now. Like, that's just me personally.
Shout out to Sean Bills. He said Clippers want to get rid of Zubac. That's another guy you could go out and get if you want to trade. Zubac, I would love Zubac.
Zubac is literally perfect. Like, he's literally perfect.
I would love Zubac on this team. Shout out to Sean Bills. Shout out to Syfe, all the guy, everybody in the chat. Peoples Hernandez, Ramon, Ace in the Hole, T Rexy. Oh, T Rexy said JJ Redick is right. We've seen 4 years of college going to undrafted to 18-year-olds players with maybe potential. Yeah, that's what the NBA is now. Like, I guess the young youth is a thing now. You know, they're choosing upside and youth over seasoned guys. And it's sad to say that. It's sad because these seasoned guys are still young, but they're choosing the upside and the 18-year-olds over the guys like Jalen Wilson.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Longevity is everything. Yeah, longevity is everything.
Longevity,
yeah.
Especially
and this
now,
is why it's important to have. Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it, Chubbs.
No, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, and this is why it's highly important to have a legit coaching staff with very good player development. And you can tell the teams that have that and don't.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I was gonna say longevity is everything when it comes to guys coming into the draft because, I mean, let's be honest, 4 years even then wasn't a common thing. Like at max, it was like 2 years, then you're out of here. Or if anything, you just straight out of high school. Like you look at LeBron, I believe KG, Kobe, like you're just straight out of high school. So more so, they want to give you that opportunity when you're like 20, 21, because when you come in like 20, 26, 25, you're not going to look for rookie friendly deal. You're going to look for actual money. Like 25, 26, 27, 2 years, you're entering your prime years. So why the hell would I take a contract, say, like a rookie max deal or something like that, or like a 12 million when I can make 20? No, I'm going into my prime. That's where I kind of see it.
That's great points. Yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button. netskingdom.net. Tap into there. We'll have some new merch coming out soon, but later into the year, probably going into fall, there'll be some new merch. And then, hit that like button. We'll be trying to drop some more content. If you watch this in the live stream, live playback, make sure you put it on that live playback when you watch this. And also put in the comments your thoughts about Summer League, the overall, who's your favorites, and also what videos what you guys want next for this summer, and what content you guys want next. Put that in the comments also. Yeah.
So, before we begin, follow Nets Kingdom Radio on Twitter and SoundCloud.
Oh,
completely.
Bro, Chubbs, DJ Chubbs is back, yo. The mixes, ooh, you guys gotta hit, yo.
Please, follow that.
Please go on SoundCloud. Nets Kingdom Radio is popping right now. Go on Nets Kingdom
Nets
Radio.
King Radio on Twitter. That's at Nets King Radio.
At Nets King Radio. He drops all the music news. Everything you want to know in music, you're going to find on that Twitter page. So go on Nets King Radio on Twitter, and then you can listen to the mixes when you're in the gym or you about to drive to see your girl. Yo, the reggae mix, the dance hall mix, my G,
fire,
like,
yo,
hey. That joint, I've been playing that joint like literally like I played that joint like 10 times. Like I love that mix, bro.
Seriously,
yo, tap in, bro. Please tap in because those mixes is fire, man. Appreciate you. Joey BK, what up, bro? All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next time, man. We'll be back. Hopefully, we'll be back with some good news. With some good news and not bad, but we'll be back.
I'm going ghost!